What up, everybody? 50 Cent came storming on the scene around 2002 with the hit song Wanksta. In this song, there's a line that says, "You been hustling a long time, but you ain't got nothing." At that time, no one really knew who 50 was talking about. Come to find out, he was telling the future story of wannabe hustler Effie Morales. Effie has been hustling since she was in high school and doesn't even have enough money put back to pay for one semester at Stansfield. She was telling Tariq that she always had a number in mind to pay for the Stanford robotics program so she could get out of the game. But from the looks of things, she don't got nothing saved and couldn't even pay for the current term at Stansfield. I'm not saying Stansfield is cheap or easy to pay for, but look at Tariq for example, and his hustle's been on and off. He paid $500,000 to Davis for Tasha's trial. He paid $1 million to Davis for his own murder trial. And now since Noma became the plug, he bought a Porsche. Not to mention all the money Ghost took from him when he was hustling at Choke. All hustlers aren't given the same opportunity or an even playing field. The only thing that's going to really matter in the drug game is your plug. If you don't have a good plug, you can only make but so much money. For example, one hustler has to pay up front for an ounce of cocaine $1,000. Another hustler in the same city gets a bird fronted to him for $15,000 and only has to pay his $1,000 as a down payment. The guy who paid for the ounce is going to have to hustle a lot harder to come up than the guy with the bird. And Effie isn't the hustler with an ounce. She's the person who the guy who got the bird fronted to him got his work from. The crew has an entire warehouse full of product, and when they first got put on, she cut an entire brick to the side for her to bring to Stansfield. There's 36 O's in a kilo, so she should have been able to make at least $40,000 from all the profits selling at an Ivy League school, probably more like $60,000, and that's just one re-up. So why this girl can't pay for school? Plus she had the whole summer to figure something out. Instead she was kicking it with Tariq like everything was all good. I admit I lost some respect for Effie here because I always thought she was a real hustler, but nah, she ain't doing something right. Maybe Diana's business at the candy store just made it hard for Effie to move the weight. I don't know. But you know who else been hustling for a minute, but he actually does got money put up? Kane. So Kane steps in for the save and pays off Effie's tuition. Kane tried just giving Effie the cash to pay it off, but she wouldn't take the money from him. So he took matters into his own hands and paid for her schooling himself. But for Kane, that money was a long-term investment because he has relationship goals for Effie. And he needs his future boo in school and getting her education. And we see Effie warming up to Kane more and more each episode. But now we got a problem. The feds are building a RICO case against the crew, and Tariq and Monet are gonna use Effie as a scapegoat. This move is one that I don't understand at all, and how it would actually help them beat a RICO case. Because a RICO case isn't just about one drug dealer. It's about taking down an entire criminal organization. So setting Effie up to get caught with products seems like it would only add fuel to the Fed's RICO case. Especially when Effie starts running her mouth and telling the Feds she got the bag from Tariq. Don't get me wrong, I never condone snitching under any circumstance. And I have lost a lot of respect for Tariq over the last week. First for snitching on the Russians, and yes, that is snitching, I don't care what nobody says, and now setting Effie up to get arrested. But if someone purposely sets you up to get arrested like Tariq's about to do Effie, or like Ghost did to Andre Coleman, I couldn't blame someone for snitching, because that's personal. Not to mention in episode 6 that Tariq admitted to killing both Ray Ray and Ghost to Effie. Plus, she watched him kill the Russian boss. So to me, setting up Effie is the dumbest move that Tariq could ever make. Even worse than moving his trust fund over to Western Holdings. Not having an inheritance and having to come up from nothing is one thing. And plus, at least he's going to have a college education. But being convicted of multiple homicides and spending the rest of your life in prison is a whole nother type of problem. And Tariq is only 19. It's not like he's 40 something like Ghost was when he was facing his murder case. That's a hard life, spending your entire adulthood in prison. So with Kane being the only person actually thinking logical right now, he's going to find out Monet and Tariq's plan. And I'm sure he's going to try to step in and save the day yet again. But the question is, will it be too late? In the trailer, we see the police pulling up on Effie and she takes off running. Most likely they are going to catch her unless Kane pulls up at the last minute and says, "Get in." But I don't think Effie's going to get away because I thought I saw a clip of her with Jenny Sullivan pulling up on Lauren, even though I haven't been able to find that clip again. So I'm not sure if I actually saw that clip or only heard someone say something about it. Let me know in the comments section if you saw the clip I'm talking about. But if Effie does go down, this may be Kane's last straw with Monet, because he already knows she set Lorenzo up to die. He's just not saying anything because he doesn't want to tear up the family. But I think Kane feels the same type of way about Effie as Tariq do Lauren. And he's going to be furious when he finds this out, because he been after Effie for a minute now. And she finally started opening up to him after her and Tariq broke up, only for Monet to send her to jail. Especially with Kane dropping all that money to pay for her tuition. I don't know what he's going to do to his mom. I'm not expecting a Tommy Egan Holly repeat, but I honestly don't know, because I think he may just snap. And if he knows Tariq is in on it too, that's going to put a target on Tariq's back now. On top of all this going on, they're still required to move Noma's weight, or else. The street business was already on pause. Now the Fed's going to raid all Frap, No Cap too. It seems like a whole mess is about to be going on in the last few episodes. And there you have it. Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.